afternoon, everyone. I admire the presence of an iconic and a very revered lady, Sudha Murthy, chairperson of Infosys Foundation, India. Words can neither qualify nor quantify how glad and honored we are to have you with us today, ma'am. High regards to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Karisiddappa, Professor A.S. Deshpande, Registrar, Professor Satish Annigeri, Registrar Evaluation, Ms. M.A. Sapna, Finance Officer, VTU Belagavi, Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, Founder and CEO, Aspire for Her, and we have the eminent speakers from the US, India, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And we have Abha, who is the managing partner for this event from Gen Y Consulting. He is the founder from UK, India. Sri Ramesh Jungle, all the regional directors, professors, colleagues, I welcome you all for the inauguration of Aspire with VTU, celebrating diversity, a 3 days international web symposium on technology and management. A cheerful welcome to all the 10,000 plus delegates and student participants who are live with us across the globe. VTU, in association with AFH, a non-profit organization, is truly celebrating diversity by enriching the career resources for the younger generation. It is known globally, women have fewer opportunities for economic participation, less access to basic and higher education, greater health and safety risks, and less political representation. Guaranteeing the rights of women and giving them opportunities to reach their full potential is critical not only for attaining gender equality, but also for meeting a wide range of international development goals. So Women's Studies Center, VTU Belagavi, and AFH is here to provide a platform to empower all the young women out there with an opportunity through intellectual benefits and career guidance. Empowered women and girls are known to contribute to the health and productivity of their family, community, and country, creating a ripple effect that benefits everyone and an entire society. With this note, may I request our very own registrar, VTU Belagavi, Professor A.S. Deshpande, who has been a constant guidance and a support for this event, to give the welcome address. So over to you.
Namaskaram. Honorable Sudha Murthy, Professor Karisiddappa, Honorable Vice Chancellor of VTU, Mr. Satish Annigeri, the Registrar Evaluation, and Mrs. Sapna, the Finance Officer of VTU, Srimati Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, speakers, delegates, and friends. It is a great pleasure for me to be the part of the start of this International Web Symposium on Technology and Management, Aspire with VTU, being organized by our Women's Cell. Of course, the Women's Study Center or the Women's Cell at VTU is getting more and more vibrant. We see so many activities, so many initiatives that are being taken up by this particular cell. VTU, of course, is the state university of the government of Karnataka. It is one of the largest technological universities in the country, with close to 3 lakh students. Established way back in the year 1998, with just 20 plus years of existence, we could find a global recognition, through our alumni and students, and even in the recent NRF ranking, VTU could get the 55th rank amongst all the technological universities and institutes across India. And of course, we could bag 80th place amongst all the universities. This is just the beginning. In the years to come, we will certainly make it better, and we would love to be the part of the global ranking. Srimati Sudha Murthy Madam, undoubtedly, as said by the TG, a global icon for women empowerment. The greatness of Sudha Murthy Madam is her simplicity and unassuming nature, and the selfless service she renders to the society without making any noise. We could see every assignment she takes up is done with a great degree of perfection and professionalism. Madam, you are undoubtedly an inspiration for all of us. On my personal behalf and on behalf of VTU, I extend a very, very warm welcome to you, madam.
Thank you.
I also extend a warm welcome to our own Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Karisiddappa, a great leader, a simple person, man of few words. The VTU is reaching new heights under his leadership. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us the permission and encouraging us in taking up such initiatives. Welcome to you on behalf of all of us. Welcome to Professor Satish Shanigari, Madam Sapna, the finance officer, Mrs. Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, who's been a great support for this particular workshop. And also we have a galaxy of women leaders who will be delivering sessions in these 3 days. Rumi Mitraji, Hima Binduji, Mirja Ganesh, Shunali Nagarkati, Jaya Janardhan, Shamasri Das Sharma, Sangari Mukherjee, Sharda Agarwal, Stephanie Waite, and Valerie Pinto. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಿತಾಲಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Once again, on my personal behalf and on behalf of the university, I extend a very, very warm welcome to one and all for this symposium. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Without your upright support, the event of this nature would not be possible. A hearty welcome to you too. May I request the chivalrous leader whose action inspires others to dream more, learn more, and become more. He is none other than our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Karisiddappa, to give his initial remarks. Sir.
Thank you. Namaste to one and all. Respected Madam Sudha Murthy, Padma Shri Award Chairperson of Infosys Foundation India, Founder and CEO of Aspire for India, Madam Madhura Das Gupta, the other speakers, Madam Rumi Mitra, Madam Ima Bindu, and others, my colleagues from VTU, Professor S. Deshpande, Professor Satish Shanigari, Madam Sapna, the coordinator of this program, Dr. Deepti Shetty, and other colleagues, and special guest, Sri Ramesh ji, and my dear participants, and other invitees, ladies and gentlemen. We are very fortunate to have Madam as the chief guest for today's inaugural program on AFH. And also, we are delighted to share some of our thoughts on our Women Studies Center at VTU, Belagavi. As we all know, this is a technological university which renders only professional degrees, and we are also trying to change as per the aspirations of new education policy of Government of India. University Grants Commission insists that such kind of centers must be established in universities to take up some of the very important assignments or works or goal set by the Government of India. One of such center is Women Studies Center in Belagavi. We have established. We have Women's Cell also. We have other cells or centers like Center of Excellences in various other aspects related to technology and development and research. And university, of course, there are other centers like NSS, Red Cross, who are basically established to, take up outreach programs. In fact, we have adopted something around 10 schools, primary schools, to take them to the next level. Other important cell along with Women Studies Center we started working is universal human values, which is highly important, and somewhere in our education system, though traditionally India had such programs as part of education system, we are missing them, especially the values and ethics and professionalism. Now with that, as Vice Chancellor, I have been telling these people to make this center as mother center of technologies, which are necessary, these centers, to reach some of the aspirations of the nation. Women empowerment, improved gross enrollment ratio. We slightly find better in engineering. During my days, we had no. I think in Malnad College of Engineering, 76 to 81, we hardly had three or four girl students studying that in electronics. In no other branches. Now we find in some of the branches they have outnumbered boys. That is one good thing happening. And why I say all these things is, we need to empower the mother, in various forms. And I am sure that empowering women, it will go a long way. As our Prime Minister says, Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Andolan. Yeah. And the other very important thing is not only in professional education, we should have higher gross enrollment ratio, especially in rural areas. They are, though we have some good number of schools, good number of colleges, now we have almost one university in every district. Somehow we find less enrollment, and they are not educated. So our study center should take up this to propagate and educate the 12 students, especially in their early childhood, so that we can really bring them a change in their life. Education is the only answer for growth of any nation, and especially the education like professional education will have a very important role. With the type of technologies we are looking at, with the type of growth which has taken place, both in education as well as in the growth of technology, I think we need to do a lot. We have been talking about various programs like offering research projects under this cell, empowering women and their leadership. And also we are trying to conduct some workshops on gender sensitization and other disciplines. And we also try to work on some extension activities for community enrichment, benefits for women. And also we are trying to collaborate with some of the organizations through our study center to take up certain activities which will definitely empower women and their education system. Extension activities, we have been doing it both in formal way and non-formal education system. We are also doing some awareness exhibitions. We are also have produced some posters, film songs, etc. plays, so that a knowledge base is extended. We try to create a very literate society in general, but a very literate society among women in particular. I think if we can able to educate a mother in a family, I think whole family is educated and it is put in place. So we miss that. Or whether it is Mother Nature or our own mother or our own partner or a daughter, I think I try to find a mother in them. I always compare with my own mother. So that's how the centers like this should play a key role, not only in terms of educating them, etc., making them financially, on their own. In addition to education, if you have empowerment in terms of financial earnings, I think it will go a long way. But still, I know the background of villages. Even now, seen many of the women who works on daily wages. Once it was very touching, I was inquiring the woman who was giving milk to our house along with my wife. She said, "What did you do in this month?" What was that? She said, "I purchased 1 gram of gold to my daughter for her marriage." Then we asked her how old she is. She said she is in first standard. So that is mother. With the limited income, she is able to think her daughter's future. Not only future, her marriage. That is the biggest event which would happen in our tradition. in India. You know, so that is the kind of people we have. Some of the villages in and around the city, they all live on these kind of professions. They earn few hundreds of rupees and they try to save some money. And many of them run their families, especially the villages nearby city. They have this kind of tradition where they run their family. These very women, they run their family. They educate their children. Even, you know, you should not mistake me. They take care of their husband. Sometimes, you know, these people, they're when they are near to city, they will have some habits of picking up some bad things, and they become lazy and those kind of things. So these are the certain things which are happening in our country, and we need to eradicate this. And cells like this, with the support from you all icons, I think activities under these kind of cells, our unit should look into the problems of common women. Yes, we do have the higher level problems like harassment, uh, some sort of those kind of things in cities, etc. That is a separate wing we can talk about. We can deal with. We are educated. We have knowledge. We know about law and legal issues. They can be handled. But the economical viability of poor women, agriculture based women, or these daily wages workers, etc. What they miss the education, they have no proper economic plans in their life, and also they suffer in family because of various other social problems. So I think women study centers must work and study such kind of problems, and they can be eradicated. And somehow our new technology will come into picture. We can monitor them, we can survey them, we can have a database, because everything is data driven now. So we can definitely do a very comprehensive study of such kind of category of people through centers like this, and they will go a long way. So with these few initial remarks, I thank you all, especially Madam Sudha Murthy, for accepting our invitation. And this is, of course, we have seen her on TV, we have heard, we have read her books, we have read her article. I always appreciate, remember her answer in a TV. She said, "What do you expect from your husband?" She said, "In my language, I'll tell you, one madam mali hai wo." So that is the kind of simplicity Madam has. We all cherish her words, we read about her, but I'm fortunate to say a few things in front of her today, and also meet her because of the technology we have connected through digital mode. Maybe we'll meet her sometime personally. With this, I once again thank you all on behalf of VTU. I convey my best greetings to one and all who have participated in this event. And VTU is very fortunate to have this kind of eminent group of people who are really going to address the problems of women in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your pearls of wisdom on Women's Studies Center and on VTU. May I call upon a very passionate and a courteous lady, Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, the founder and CEO, Aspire for Her, to brief about her foundation. Madhura, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes.
Madam, yes.
A very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Sudha Murthy. I think I would be one of your biggest admirers in the country. Warm welcome to the President of our event, Professor Kari Siddhappa, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Professor A.S. Deshpande, Registrar VTU, and Ms. Sapna, Finance Officer, Professor Satish Anigari, Registrar Evaluation, and two very special people who have really helped us put this event together, Deepthi Shetty and Abha Bagroy, representing VTU and Aspire for Her, respectively. And also a very warm welcome to all our members, supporters, ambassadors, mentors, and all the students, professors, faculty of VTU. I am Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, founder and CEO of Aspire for Her, and I take immense pride and privilege to partner with VTU on this momentous occasion of the inauguration of the Women's Study Center. Thank you, sir. I think your words of wisdom were absolutely amazing and inspirational as we go along partnering on this very, very wonderful initiative that you have led the way for. I start with a story of a dear friend of mine. She doesn't have a dramatic life. She was my classmate and she was brilliant. She got married, she left a job, and she spent time to bring up a lovely family. A few years ago, her father took ill, and she has a very happy marriage, but she did not want to ask her husband for any money. And she felt a huge sense of loss, a sense of vacuum that she could not contribute to her father's illness, to her father's treatment. And he actually didn't get better. And unfortunately, he passed away. A few days back, I met another young friend who was just on the threshold of life. She had a wonderful job and she was engaged to someone to get married soon. The boy's parents told her, women in our family don't work. And she one day went in and resigned and decided that she wouldn't work because she wanted to get married to this boy. And I could actually see a sort of pattern emerging because her life would exactly be like my friends, maybe in the next 25, 30 years down the line, when the children were grown up and they also didn't need the mother that much. And I thought someone has to do something about this. And that someone has to be me. I have been a beneficiary of the system, and I've been working in a bank for the last 25 years. And if people like us don't come forward and do something for the women of our country, then who will? And that is how Aspire for Her was born on Women's Day this year. We didn't know, of course, that the pandemic would strike us very soon, right after our birth. And that was a dramatic event. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what we do and what we started off with and why we did that. I told you two stories, but I started looking a little deeper and I saw some statistics emanating out of India. Did you know that India actually fares at the bottom of the list out of 153 countries in the Global Gender Gap Index when you look at economic empowerment and participation of women? Did you know that the percentage of women at work in India has been steadily declining over the last 15 years, in spite of the fact that more and more girls are actually getting educated? And there's such wonderful strides being taken by educational institutions like VTU. With that, we realized that there is a gap somewhere. And in spite of spending 73 years as an independent country, the women in my country were not financially independent. And that is what we wanted to change. Our mission is to ensure that we create a generation of financially independent women who want to pursue amazing careers, who want to change all their aspirations into real action. And we want to touch a community size of 1 million women, adding $5 billion to the country's GDP by 2025. Definitely by 2025. So those are the kind of dreams that we have. And what do we do? So we work on a mindset change model. It's actually a 5-point model that we work on. And the first pillar of that model is mentors and role models. They are women leaders from all walks of life. They are unified by their passion to do something for the girls of our country. You see many of them around here in this virtual table. You will see many more of them as the days pass by, tomorrow and day after. A lot of our mentors are taking their time out to talk to the students of VTU about what careers they have pursued and what exciting career options lie ahead for them. The second pillar that we work on is learning opportunities. And this is to open doors and windows to their minds about many career focused learning that will ensure that they actually get the right jobs and get ready for the right jobs. I am so delighted that our very special partner IBM is here today, represented by Rumi and Hima, two very wonderful people who will talk to you about their global open PTech platform, which I'm so happy that they had chosen Aspire for Her to launch in India. So, warm welcome to you guys formally, and thank you very much for being a part of this event. The third pillar that we work on is career previews, because we are talking about careers, and careers have to be made exciting to the young minds. And therefore, we have blogs which come out weekly about various sorts of exciting career options for young women today. So we have a wide array of blogs, starting from the CEO of a bank to somebody who set up a very successful patissier in Mumbai, to people who are in the technology space, to people who are doing all kinds of interesting options, including writing stories. So that's our career preview piece, and we like to ensure that for our webinars we have very, very inspirational people, women leaders again, who come and address our girls. So between that, the blogs and the webinars, the young women of our platform get an opportunity to taste and preview many different kinds of career options that they can follow. The fourth pillar that we work on is a wonderful peer community. We have an ambassador program that we run every month, and the peer community and the bonds that get built over there are absolutely amazing. We know that this community will connect with each other, will elevate each other, and will motivate each other when they're at crossroads in terms of their personal and professional lives. The last pillar, of course, is the simplest, because all of this leads to something. And that we call the 3E model, which is either employment or entrepreneurship or higher education. We have great partnerships in all of these three places so that we can encourage the students who sign up with us to find the right paths that they have always dreamed about. So this is our 5-point model that we work on. And we have, in the past 9 months, we have had a fascinating journey. This moment is very special for me, and I'm truly overwhelmed, because this is like coming of age for us. To have Ms. Sudha Murthy sitting here with us today is almost unreal. And we really feel that born in the pandemic, we have had our share of bad luck. But today, I think just overwhelms all of us into the fact that we're part of something much, much bigger. But we're not really celebrating, that moment and that overwhelming feeling that I may be feeling at this point in time. We are celebrating our everyday messages, our everyday successes that we see. And I'm just going to read some of the things that we get every day. So there was this person who wrote some time back, "Aspire for me has been a life-changing experience for me." This is one of our members. We see these kind of messages outpouring on social media every day. We see them in conversations, and we know that the language of our country is actually changing. "It has taught me to dream," says another one of our members. A member from Zambia asks her AFH family to vote for her in a contest for young social leaders in Africa. "I love the work you do. I feel I have a safe space," says another member from Bolivia, a place which I have only seen on the map. Today, we have members from across the world tied through a unifying emotion that is AFH. Aspire for her is an emotion. As they say, she is a movement. She has created a bridge between the giver and the receiver, helping me pursue the bigger purpose of my life. This is what one of our mentors wrote a few days back, and I thought I'd read it out here. These messages motivate us every day, and I say it here for every one of our members, supporters, ambassadors, mentors, and for all of you from VTU here. I'm eagerly waiting to hear my favorite author, my favorite storyteller, who has, through telling her own stories, uh, motivated so many women to aspire. We are truly honored to share this platform with you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madhura, for your wonderful words. May I now call upon uh, Sudha Murthy ji to inaugurate our Women's Studies Center.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I declare VTU Women's Study Center open.
Sudha Murthy, who was born in 1950 in Shigao, Haveri district in North Karnataka. She pursued her engineering from BVB College of Engineering, obtained first rank across all branches, and received a gold medal from the Institute of Engineers. She did her ME from Indian Institute of Science with distinction and started her career as an engineer with Telco, which is now Tata Motors. Today, she is the chairperson of Infosys Foundation and has handled 16 national disasters in the last 24 years. She studied in a Kannada medium school to the 10th standard and fell in love with the language. Strong ties to the language and its people led her to establish more than 60,000 libraries in Karnataka. She profusely believes in creating awareness for social causes and has passionately traveled the world for this purpose, including universities and gatherings in USA, Colombia, Kuwait, and so on. A prolific writer in English and Kannada, her books have been translated into all major Indian languages and have sold over 30 lakh copies around the country. She is a columnist for English and Kannada dailies with 30 books and more than 200 titles to her credit, including novels, non-fiction, children's books, travelogues, technical books, and memories. She is a recipient of 9 honorary doctorates. Some of her awards include the R.K. Narayan Award for Literature, the Padma Shri in 2006, the Attimabbe Award for the Government of Karnataka for Excellence in Kannada Literature in 2011, the Lifetime Achievement by Crossword Book Awards in 2018, and more recently, the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Award for Excellence in 2020. She lives by the belief that generosity of a few is hope for millions. May I now ask your kindness to give your inaugural address, ma'am.
Thank you. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome to Karnataka. Respected Vice Chancellor Karisiddappa, Mr. Deshpande, Mr. Annigeri, Deepthi and Swapna, Madhura Das Gupta, Hima Bindu, many people, Abha, I can see, whomsoever I can see, and my classmate Ramesh Changal is here. All of you, please join this session. I'm very grateful to you. I was just going through the speech, I was just wondering, my mind went back. Can you hear me properly? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
My mind went back in 1968 when I joined engineering college. People thought there is something wrong in my brain, okay, crack probably. And more than that, they thought about my father, who does not have common sense sending a daughter to an engineering college, because it was considered something unimaginable for a lady to go to engineering college. Classmates felt that there was a new animal in the zoo, and teachers felt it's an obligation. Why have a girl in the class? Class, which is better not to have anybody, because unnecessary boys and girls will talk, and there may girl will talk, not girls. Girl will talk, and they ultimately, if a boy talks to a girl, it could be a love affair, and that kind of a concept was there. It was like, many people felt I will never get married in life because there will not be any man who will marry a lady engineer. And in case I marry, I definitely cross Karnataka, marry someone, because no Karnataka man, Kannada man will marry. They never knew across the river there existed a Narayan Murthy. The whole life was so difficult for me. 4 years with no toilet, because building a toilet for a lady was waste of money, because anyway she won't complete her engineering studies. To all these witnesses, my very dear friend Ramesh Changal is here. He was my classmate. And all of them have become over a period of time like my own brothers. I grew up in engineering college with all the boys and no girl. That made me actually very much autonomous in myself, that any situation comes, I can face it. And it's easy to be talking to boys than girls, I felt it, probably. Why I have written an article on that how to beat boys on that. Why I'm telling you is life changes and social change takes more time. Computer changes will take 24 hours or 48 hours. But social changes, if you are really aiming at it in 73 years, it has changed a lot. Or you're like Madhura and Hima and Abha, all of you, I want to tell you, I'm 70 years old now. I have seen life, how it has changed. Your expectation may be very high. I don't say it should not be high. But please remember, any social changes take time. My own college BVP, when I go back and I see in instrumentation there are 60% girls and 40% boys, I tell them, please look after the minority people. Okay. Girls have entered into engineering domain. It was not like the taboo, the way people used to look at me. It has changed. But we should have patience. We should have perseverance. We should always work towards that. But it requires more time. I have not seen today anybody saying that a girl should not go engineering. I have never seen any family. Again, when you look at the women problem, Madhura, I want to particularly address to you and tell you. Women, educated women have different set of problems. Why women, particularly women engineers, in general, I want to talk. They will not come. Why their ratio is dropping? There are many reasons. One of them is when a girl becomes a wife, she continues. When a wife becomes a mother, it's hard for her, because we do not have that supporting system in our society. Whereas in Western countries, they have a systematic supporting system. Like there is a baby care, there is after school hours, etc., which are coming in Bangalore. There will be a crash, etc. All they are there. But by and large, we do not have a very good supporting system like Western country, or we do have a very good supporting system, provided if your mother stays nearby, or your mother-in-law stays nearby and she is ready to look after your children. Please remember that. So a woman's priority changes once she becomes a mother, and she drops down. She says, I give a priority to my children than my career, which is very, very natural. But when children grow up, she becomes emptiness syndrome. She comes into emptiness syndrome. So I always tell women who drop out, I said, okay, drop out, but always do part-time job. Do part-time job. Don't drop out 100%. And to do, you are a manager in a company, and when you drop, When you have children, you come to a part-time, you don't get much money, you don't get much respect, you are not the hot cake like how you are you are selected, but accept it. Please accept that. And many times we women, we do this one. I was a manager, I'll come back after 5 years, I want to be a manager. No, it is not possible, because biologically you have changed, and you are not in the rat race for 5 years. So economic freedom is one of the freedom women definitely require. But apart from that, which life has taught me, it is not only economic freedom, it is the confidence which woman lacks. So I always tell that it's fine. If a woman is not working, fine. My grandmother never worked. She never went to school. She never worked. That does not mean she was not productive. That does not mean she was not confident. And like you told one story that her husband was not well. Why a woman should think, at least I never think this way. Why a woman should think, because my husband is, I'm not working, my husband's money is not my money. You should think your husband's money is also your money, because you have given up your career for his family also. Suppose his mother is not well, he gives money, and your mother is not well, he should not give money. No, those days have gone. Your friend should have told her husband, my father is not well, I'm not working, but I'm looking after the family and children. And with confidence, she should have told, please help my father, like how you help your father. If your father is unwell, I will serve him, like his daughter. When my father is not well, you should financially help him. That requires courage. That requires confidence. And what is most important for a woman is, one of the factors is economic, but more than that, I want to tell, is the courage or confidence. This confidence you cannot get with money. This confidence you cannot get only with education. This confidence you cannot get if you are beautiful. This confidence you have to develop. So I request all educated women, first you should develop confidence, then job. You can always get a job, but you can't get confidence always in life. There are many, many situations where the break comes that will break your confidence. People will talk about you. People will make fun of you. You may say, you are, I have written an article, a most economically independent but least confident woman, the most confident woman, and not economically well off also. Economy is one factor. The more important factor is, so what? I have lost the battle, but I will win the war attitude. And asserting, you being a Bengali women are very assertive. And Rumi is a Bengali. And I saw one more person. She was also Bengali, Mukherjee. I said, okay, here is here, Saundari Mukherjee. You people are very assertive. Why you are assertive? Because of the good education. And in the family, a woman is respected. In our Veda and Purana, it says, Yatra Narya Ramante Pujyante Tatra Devataha. The place where women are worshipped. It is not worshipped like a Kali Mata or Ma Durga. Where woman is respected, where woman has an opinion, her words are weighed in gold. Such places, there is always a Shanti, there is a peace and prosperity. Women play an important role at home, whether they work or not, because men in this room should really, excuse me, women are much better managers than men, because Mother Nature makes that one. She is a sister, a daughter-in-law, a mother-in-law, okay, a sister-in-law, and she also undergoes the labor pain and any pain, and she brings a new life. So women are better managers, and all women should understand we have enormous potential, and we use hardly 1%, 2%, or 3% of that. Potential is not always money. Potential to be confident in life. Potential to face the realities of life. So it is a part of the women's studies, I always tell. Make our women confident. Make them aware of their enormous capacity and capability, which we really do not awaken them. We always say you should study, get married, have children, listen to father. That's, listen to father, listen to husband, listen to son. No, listen to everyone, but you make your own judgment. There's nothing wrong listening. Listening is a good habit because you should listen to everyone, but you have to make your own judgment, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, who is your best friend? Atmaihi Atmano Bandhur. Who is your worst enemy? Atmaihi Ripu Atmana. You are the best friend to yourself. Who is your worst enemy? You yourself. Arise, like Vivekananda says, arise, awake, and have confidence and march ahead. This quality should be taught to women in any family, in any college, and any university, and any women study center. It is not that we produce 4 papers, we talk about that, and again we come on March 8th, etc. No, this is a continuous process. This is a continuous process. Why are you scared? What is the reason to be scared? Is it you are scared because of the lack of knowledge? Is it lack of education? Lack of the support system? What is that? Please remember, when women have to be successful in life, she requires an extremely supporting family. It's very easy for a man to be successful because by and large women support. But if woman is in the forefront and she has to do lot of decisions, she requires a tremendous support, then only she is able to do it. It's the children, family, in-laws, everyone. So men have to be also educated, men should be aware. Gone were the days where women means, like I have seen in many families in my generation, oh, my mother was an excellent cook. Every husband is to tell, my mother was an excellent cook. Once I told my friends also, we went, she cooked very well. No, not your generation, my generation. Oh, her husband said, my mother was an excellent cook. I said, yes, your mother had only one job, cooking and running the house. Your wife, my friend, has many jobs. She goes to factory or office, works and comes back and cooks. So she has many jobs. And every time my mother would sue, whenever something is, a cloth is torn or anything. I said, every woman should know, I agree. But please don't compare. That's a generation gap is there. In previous generation, the opportunities were less for women, either for education or for job opportunities were very, very less. When I was young, the job opportunity for women were, at least in northern Karnataka, a school teacher, a college professor, better one, that is primary school, high school, college teachers, bank and post jobs. If you are very progressive person, then probably you will be a doctor. Apart from that, no other job for a woman. Sometimes nurses, but no other job, or a woman is not qualified for any other job. Today that is not true. Whenever I fly in by airline and I ask, the captain is a lady, I said, I want to meet the captain in the cockpit. I go and shake their hand. I said, beta, all your progress, all women who fly makes me as if I am flying, because I become so proud. My fraternity, look at my fraternity. My girls are flying. My girls are, every year there's a lady police in front of in our colony. Every year I call her, Women's Day, I give her a sari. I tell her, my girls are police constable, they beat in the night. My girls are conductors. My girls are auto rickshaw. None of them are less. Okay? My girls are entering into, once upon a call, quote unquote, man's domain. They are equally, and fighting for their existence. Or a metro railway station, that driver. All these girls, I go and hug them, because I can see myself when I was young, I feel. And I always pray, God, may our tribe increase. May our tribe increase. I want to tell all of you, it is nice, economically independent, but more important is that we have to learn the first pillar. Don't use your ID card as I'm a woman, I can't do. Don't do that. That brings you down the job opportunities. If we go on giving too many conditions, then I rather say, let me have a boy, it's easy, no condition. If you have a girl, 1,000 condition. But use your trump card when it is connected with your safety. Like, I will never tell you to travel after 9 o'clock in Delhi all alone by taxi. You say, I'm a girl, I cannot travel, somebody should drop. Please remember, Nirbhaya. Okay, we should not take that risk. Use your trump card when it comes to safety. Otherwise, when it comes to work, don't use your trump card. Oh, I'm female, I'm pregnant 8 months, 9 months. You and I was pregnant 8 months. The meeting was on the third floor and it was in a JRD office, and we all went, and they felt very, because how men will know I'm 8 months pregnant, and I was in a different office. I went for a meeting. Sumant Malgaonkar was our chairman. He said, they used to call me by maiden name because even though I was married, they always remembered my maiden name. They said, Kulkarni, how can you come? We could have arranged the meeting in the ground floor. I said, no, sir, I still can climb. I'm in 8th month, I can still climb 3 floors. So what I'm telling you, I never played I'm a female card, and it gives you respect. That's the first pillar. Second pillar, try to work always in a group. Always in a group. You may be excellent as table tennis or you are a Wimbledon lawn tennis, etc. But you have to remember, life is not Wimbledon. Life is a Lloyd's cricket team. If one of them does not do well, everybody will fail. Please remember, all 11 of them would work. So second pillar is work in a group. Third thing is always try to learn every day more in your subject, so that nobody should look down and say, oh, women are like that. Men can talk anything, but when women do a mistake, it becomes very, like in a big bold letter, whatever font it is. So always be ahead in a cutting edge technology, so that boys should come and tell, okay, look at what ma'am, we can't beat her. That's the way they should feel. For that, you should have continuous education, keeping your mind sharp. Third pillar, fourth pillar, don't waste your time on other things. Time is limited. God is very, very intelligent person. Whether you are good looking, bad looking, you are rich or poor, male or female, whatever may be the country, he gives only 24 hours to you. In 24 hours, you should prioritize what is your priority. If you are at home, spend most important time and quality time with your children. Not that he will play a computer game and you will cook. No, I rather eat bread and jam, but I'll spend more time with my child. With all those things, women have to work 200% more than men in general. 100% in office and another 100% at home. Whatever is said and done, except without being bitter about it, because whatever is said and done, child is always dependent on mother, not on father. Hence, your tongue is known as a mother tongue. Please remember, a child is your gift. And for any child, it is the mother is the greatest person or nearest person. For that, you have to give 100% marks. You have to walk another 10 miles extra for that, because you are getting that benefit. Please remember, children require you until they are 12 to 14, 0 to 14. After that, they don't require. But that doesn't mean that you have to set them free. Keep an eye with them. Be friend. Chodasha prapteshu putram mitravadacharet. At 16th year, your daughter or son will be your friends. And most important thing is, build your own community with your friends, relatives, if possible relatives, friends and peer group, so that you should, in case your family is not next to you or in your city, you can do give and take or depend on each other with your peer group. Then only you can do a good career. It is not that I'll send my child to their house and their child is coming, no, I'm busy. No, you can't do. So live in a group, support each other, women. Don't waste your time. Use your time, always making, am I better than yesterday? Don't compete with anybody, but am I better than yesterday? Am I better than the last week? In what way I can improve myself? This makes a woman's life better, a better career, a better human being. And underlying with all those things, I say you should be compassionate. And that is the glue or bond. Actually, it is the one which combines everybody in the community. Be compassionate, be nice to others, but without compromising your principles. Now, this is as far as, I can go on talking, but I know there is a limitation of time. But this is meant for the educated people like you who are 2% or maybe 5% of India's population. I'm talking about rural people. They don't have that much education as what you have, but they are smart. Please don't underestimate just because they do not have education, they are smart. But you have to give them confidence. How to open a bank account. Simple things I will tell you. How to operate a SIM. Okay. How to operate a mobile, a SIM replacement. Basic technology is a must today. Basic technology, how to send a WhatsApp message because it can save their life. Simple basic English. I won't say they should read Shakespeare. I'm fine, I'm okay, I'll come tomorrow. Some odd method at least, or maybe in Kannada, or maybe in Bengali, or maybe in Hindi, but they should use technology to uplift themselves using the latest technology, which is the greatest boon to mankind. Great technology doesn't mean you are techno savvy, that means you are efficient. To be efficient, you require technology. Applied science. Somebody asked me, what is that reason why you joined engineering with all the odds in 1968? I told, for the love of technology or for the love of the application science. Technology is like today, it's like a bread, butter, water, wind, or air. It is a part of our life. When women are not competent with their technology, they get scared. So for rural women, I request VTU, you should connect. You have a lot of rural centers around Belgaum because I come from Dharwad, so I know. I'm from Hubli, I know that area X, Y, Z, every corner I know. You have so many villages around. Please call them, make a seminar, talk in Kannada, go to their village, tell them to read simple books. Simple books. I'm not selling my books here. I'm telling you simple books. Learn technology. They should be independent of anybody to operate WhatsApp, a phone, all these things. And it takes time. Have patience. Patience is the best medicine, but it is expensive medicine. It takes time. But if you want to be cured, you have to take medicine. You can't only wish. I wish you all the best, but take time, work for that. And Madhura, I wish you all the best for a nice Aspire Foundation. May God help you. And thank you very much for patient hearing. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
70 is just a number added to your age. However, you're very, very young at heart, and we cannot match your passion and energy. And the 4 pillars that you have proposed have already inspired all women like us today to become strong, compassionate, committed, and more focused. And I'm pretty sure, ma'am, that all the spectators will proudly carry what they have heard and learned here throughout their career.
Thank
A
you.
million thanks to you for being a part of our international symposium. We are honored and forever grateful to have this center inaugurated by your blissful hands. And we look forward in future to have your blessings and support in our future endeavors at VTU. Thank
I
you
will
so much.
try. Thank you. You should allow me to leave. Is it okay with Deepa? Deepti?
Definitely, ma'am.
Can I leave better because I have one more seminar after this?
Sure, ma'am, sure.
So I wish
Yes.
all the best and enjoy 3 days.
Thank
Have
you.
fun. Have fun.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for your blessings, ma'am. Means a
Thank you.
lot.
Thank you.
Means a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
May I now request a very gracious lady of our university, Ms. M.A. Sapna, Finance Officer, to propose vote of thanks.
The chief guest of today's function, Srimati Sudha Murthy ji. Then we have Madam Madhura Das Gupta Sinha, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Karisidappa, Registrar of the University, Dr. Deshpande, Registrar Evaluation, Dr. Satish Anigeri. So here I was literally, all these works of Madam Sudha Murthy inspired us, but when she talked about patience and perseverance, coming the power and the determination and confidence, which is most important, to be developed in every lady, especially. These are some things that I strongly believe in. And thank you, Madam, for once again reaffirming our faith in ourselves. So I thank Madam in her absence for her wonderful speech and wonderful words, which are pearls of wisdom to all of us. We cherish this. And next, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Madam Madhura Dasgupta Sinha. She has been a support. The organization has been a support to this symposium, and also we understand that as Madam Sudha Murthy already said, and hearing from your speech, behind a successful women, there are many more women. So I'm very happy for all of us, Madam. So thank you very much. And whatever you said, I'm sure it will inspire all of us for to do something better in the future too. I actually now thank Professor Kamsigupta, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, whose speeches seem to amaze us each time he speaks, because there's somehow I've been working here for the last 4 years now, and every time there is a topic which is something new, I find that he has to share some experiences and anecdotes. So thank you very much, sir, for your words, and really you have been another source, I mean, almost a role model for all of us here. Thank you. I also thank Professor Deshpande for his contribution to this program. Thank you, sir, for guiding and inspiring us. I thank Professor Aniheri, our Register Evaluation, and the person who really has changed a lot in the last 4 years regarding the way we view our exams. Thank you so much, sir, for being here and guiding us. I thank all the speakers across India, Malaysia, Singapore and USA for being here. Thanks, Madam. Thanks, all of you. And I thank the delegates, the participants, the staff and students. A special mention to see Ramesh Jambal, Madam also referred to him for his constant support and coordination. Thank you, Madam Deepti. Thank you, Abba. Thanks one and all. So I'll thank everyone for making this program so memorable and such a well-defined moment for all of us. Thank you.